The real markets are currently taking a beating to the face. Some of you guys might invest and be seeing kind of things take a real beating. The big thing that's driving it right now is interest rates are ticking up, and they're projected to continue to tick up for the coming years, which is giving everyone a bit of concern. The companies that are taking the biggest beating being growth stocks. Like, that kind of always happens, because the whole thing with that is, obviously, it's not that they're going to lose the ability to make money, that there's that aspect. But
it's not going to be as quick. And
it's not going to be as quick, and the value is also going to be a lot less, like, it's not going to be worth as much in the future. You know what I mean? When interest rates go up. So these big, giant forward earnings reports that they're expecting that caused the prices of stock to go through the roof today are getting pulled back, and it's an exponential return. And so you're seeing a lot of tech companies that people made money on pull back. The other thing that I find kind of interesting, and it's like, that's a little different than some of these pullbacks we've seen in the past, because every pullback we've seen up until now, most of the time, the general sentiment is that it's a light, mild correction. Things are moving on. I feel like every day now, you're seeing a new news report that states, this is the crash. This is the crash. This is the one. And half my thing is, like, half the reason you get like a crash is when the news starts
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. It's self-fulfilling prophecy, and the news just keeps pelting it. Everyone's starting to see it somewhere. Like the National saying it's going to be a crash. CBC saying it's going to be, there's somebody, one of the reporters there saying it's going to be a crash. Bloomberg, there's guys in there saying it's going to be a crash. Like CNN, everyone's got a reporter now saying it's going to be a crash. Then you start gaining this traction of people that think it's going to be. Even myself.
Well, people pull their money out, right? There's a lot of money on the sidelines right now. But, you know, everyone's looking to time the bottom, right? Because this money is on the sidelines, but it's not going to be back in the market.
But today with the internet, everyone's more woke and they feel like they can beat it. And so now we're getting people that are going out a lot faster. And I think that's why you're seeing the market trash. Like, I think the changes happen a lot quicker.
Oh, 100%, man.
A lot quicker.
The way news travels now, like, you wouldn't even hear about this. Like, oh, what's that? Something's happening over in Europe? Like, you wouldn't even know about it until later.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's crypto.
And then it follows through the crypto. Crypto's also taking a bit of a beating.
Yeah.
Chandler and I, full disclosure, made a jump in on EXP.
Yeah, XRP.
Or XRP, no, sorry.
EXP is the real estate company.
Yeah, XRP. With the hope that made a really good investment. I don't even know what it's called. But with the hopes that the lawsuit on them from SEC would be
settled, yeah.
This spring. But unfortunately, it got delayed, as everything does with that stuff, to the fall. So, I mean, we're going to hold strong. Chandler is big catching the falling knife, and he is buying it all the way down to zero.
You say that, Jazz, but I was looking at this week. I'm like, oh man, should I try to time the bottom here, where, you know, based on my average rate, like down 50%.
Yeah, I'm down like 30.
Man, you know, like this could be the bottom. Great buying opportunity. What's the long-term trajectory? So, and again, especially with crypto, like people leave the space, but they keep that money in their wallet, and you know, they're going to get back in, is what I feel. But it does follow the market at the end of the day, and the market's getting hammered.
Yes.
And then there's been a lot of things kind of go against crypto at one time, like shutting down mining operations. You know, a couple countries coming out and saying, you know, maybe they're going to ban cryptocurrencies and all. Like, there's been a lot of bad news at once, but just general insecurity in the market.
Interest rate's going to impact them too. Because real estate people are borrowing money to throw it into crypto, and like vice versa.
Exactly.
Are making money from investing with stuff on that.
Yeah.
So now the next question is going to be, and I think we're going to do an episode on this, is where you should be putting your money. Because there's also a lot of talk that real estate's going to take a beating, because when interest rates go up, it really hurts real estate. And a lot of real estate's been purchased sub 3%, 4% now. The second you take over that, it's absurd how quickly the payments increase. And so there is an opportunity here for some markets that are overinflated, that they're going to take a real big beating. But it feels like the difference with this real estate growth is it wasn't hyper-located to a few cities. It feels like all of North America this time was exploding at the seams.
And why that matters is because, like, well, you know, we're not affected by the Toronto market and the Ottawa market. It's like, yeah, we are, because if those people don't sell their houses to move here, or if it becomes cheaper again for them to live there, they'll just stay there. Yep. And then our market dips here as a result. And it goes on and on and on. Like, you saw big dips in the value of properties in Cape Breton and the South Shore when things kind of collapsed in the EU, and like the Brits and the Germans didn't have as much money to come over here and prop the market up. Yeah. So these things are increasingly more and more interconnected as the world sort of shrinks.
Thanks for watching that clip from the Master Keys podcast. Check out that full episode here. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share our podcast.
When I was broke, I had rich habits. When I was broke, I had rich habits.